Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championships.
Congratulations, you've just come through one of the best games we've seen on this stage. I'm trying to sum up your emotions after that game.
I'm just delighted to come through such a tough game against a good friend. I felt so comfortable, as you could probably see, the first couple of sets, and then when you start to miss one, not just one or two, then 6 darts to go, 3-0 up, probably in cruise control, there was no looking back, and yeah, it's a tough game. He dug in, he played well, he threw everything at us, but I just kept myself focused and just happy to get that win.
You mentioned that you were 2-0 up in sets, 2-0 up in legs, averaging 118 at that point in the game. What was going through your head when Ross made it level at 2-2?
Just you're always in the game. You're always going to have a chance. So I'm just one of those players that I never give up. I could be 4-0 down, whatever, in leg form, or 6-0 down, whatever. You never ever give in. You play it out, and you always believe that you can still win the match. And they were the kind of thoughts that were in my head. I'm still good enough to be in this position. You know, I was 2 sets up, 2 legs up, and probably should have been getting the car started to go back to the hotel, but it's one of those games. I never make it easy here, and I'm just delighted to be here talking to you.
And you've had 2 tumbleless averages so far, but you've been pushed in both games by Willie and then Ross today, so you must feel that your game's in a really strong place.
Yeah, I've played 2 fantastic players. Willie's so underrated. I think his ranking doesn't do him any justice. I think he should be definitely up there in the top 32. But yeah, obviously I know how good Ross can be. He went on to win the Euros a couple of years ago, beating me in the semi-final, so it was nice to get that little bit of revenge.
Up next tomorrow night is the world champion Michael Smith, but with the way you're playing at the moment, you must go into that with real belief.
Yeah, I'm confident. If I can put on a performance like that, then I've got a great chance. He'll not want to be playing me in that kind of form, and I've got a good record. I think I've won 4 of the last 5 against Mike as well, so that'll be in his head, and I'll be going in there confident. There's no pressure on me whatsoever. He's the world champ. He's got all the pressure on his shoulders, so I'm just hoping to dethrone him.
Thanks, Chris. Well done.
Chris, congratulations. You touched on your record there. Is that something you look at against the other players when you're going into facing them?
I don't look at it. I've kind of lost that stage, you know, where you look at rankings, you look at all the stats. But I was just told there before, I think on stage, I've won 4 of the last 5, and I feel confident. Always have good battles. He's a good pace, great pace for me, and I think that will bring the best out of both of me and Mike.
A real pivotal moment in the game when you lost the 4th set and then were broken at the start of the 5th, but you broke straight back. That little period in the game, what were the emotions like? Because you must have gone through just about every remit.
Yeah, I could just hear my mum's voice in the background, you know, screaming on. And honestly, if she was sat at home watching this, I could probably still hear her. She was that loud. But no, you kind of switch on in those kind of moments. They're the kind of moments I live for. They're the big moments, and I think probably that could have won us the game. That turning point there to get a break straight back.
The last 6 months, your game's gone to another level. That scoring phase has gone up there with the very best, those huge power scorers. What's changed for you? Because it's real noticeable right now. Like you said, 118 average after 2 sets and things like that.
Yeah, I'm full of confidence. I've got that experience of playing in massive arenas. I've come here knowing that I've done well in the past. Obviously, I'm using the new darts with target, and yeah, I'm comfortable with them as well. So everything's going swiftly.
Chris, many congratulations.
Cheers.
Krista, how does it feel when you're throwing as well as you were throwing early on in that match? Do you feel almost unbeatable at that point?
Yeah, I thought everything I was throwing was going in. I didn't look at the average, didn't know what average I had, but yeah, it's kind of scary when you hear the averages you were throwing, and over a long format as well. I think I was up there. That's probably where my game. I've been practicing well, and that's probably my practice game. And to perform on the big stage and throw some darts like that, I think it's slowly coming out of us.
How are you able to carry that practice game onto the stage? Because it's obviously a completely different environment.
Yeah, of course. You've got the best facilities here, the best the practice areas, the practice boards, the big stage. You know, I'm just at home and in my little old dark room, you know, and I think you kind of get used to your own setup as well. So I think that's where I'm playing well and producing some good stuff in practice. But to take it from the practice board onto the stage, it's a whole different level, and I'm glad I'm doing that now.
Talk about Michael Smith maybe looking on and watching that performance. Do you think he'll be a little bit worried if you're going to play like that?
I wouldn't say he's worried. He's world number one, world champion. Why would he be worried? It's just if he turns up, he's going to put on another good show, and I'll be expecting the best from him as well, because he's starting to play well with his new darts as well. So hopefully it's my night tomorrow.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.
Chris, we've talked about Michael Smith. He's come through 2 great games, but they're real tough battles. Do you think there could be a little mental fatigue left over from the 2 close games that Michael's had?
I wouldn't say that. I know I watched his first game because it was the opening night. Kevin Dutz, he was fantastic. Probably, I think it was a 1-4-2. That was the game changer, and that was a massive moment. So you know he's still capable of doing that and bringing out the best. So I didn't watch much of his game last night. I didn't watch any of his game last night, to be fair. So I'm not worried. As long as I go tomorrow night and play like I did today, then I know I'm full of confidence.
When you were averaging, was it 118 at the end of that 3rd set, is it hard to keep focused on the game? Do you start thinking about, I can break this record, this, that and the other?
No, well, like I said, I didn't know what the average was, so if I kind of looked at that, I probably could have put us off. I could have switched the other way, but I knew I was playing well and scoring. I just followed every one of his big scores, which I knew I had to be in with any chance, because he is a massive scorer.
You've made 5 TV quarterfinals this year, which includes the quarterfinal last year at the World Championship. How much has that almost crash course of Premier League experience every single week helps, do you feel, your game?
Yeah, well, I think the Worlds last year, where I lost in the quarters, finally breaking that double of so many last 16s, I think that gives us the confidence, taking it into the Masters, winning that, and then the experience of Premier League threw at me. It was fantastic. Honestly, playing in the big arenas against the best in the world, what better match practice you're going to get? But yeah, that's made us a whole different player, a whole much better player, and consistent as well. And I'm bringing that out week after week, and hopefully I can keep on performing like that.
Chris, big well done, thank you.
Chris, we have seen you play some incredible stuff in the first sets of this match. Do you feel things like that coming before a match? Is there a moment in practice or something like that where you just say, well, this could be special today?
You kind of get that. Sometimes it works the opposite. If you don't play well in practice, you kind of bring it out on the stage. It's weird because I've went up there and played unbelievable in practice, hit 9 darters and went up there and played absolutely rubbish. So it's kind of works the other way around. I felt good tonight, don't get us wrong, I felt good, felt confident, and I knew I was in for a hard game, which makes me play better.
I think 27 missed darts at a double, that I think also in the first game that was a factor. What is that about? What makes it so difficult for you in that part of the game when we see the scores, how much it's raining 180s and so far and so forth?
Yeah, I've actually worked a lot on my finishing of late, and yeah, to see that it was coming back the last few competitions, scoring well and finishing, and if I said I can get them both together, I'll go on to win something else and go on to do better things. And I think my finishing's letting us down again lately, so I'm going to have to work hard on them again.
But are things like the 1-2-4 and the 1-1-6 finishes some kind of confirmations that you are on the right track in this way? Yeah,
100%. They're the crucial moments as well, because they needed to go, because they were sat on a double or a like a 2-dart finish. So at crucial moments like that, I don't feel pressure at all. They're the massive shots, and they're the game changers. So I'm working hard to produce that on a regular basis, and hopefully tomorrow night I can produce more like that.
I think it was not just today that we've seen you play brilliant. We've seen it in many moments this year, but there have also been moments, well, where you just get the feeling that there could have been more, could have been better results. Is it the same with you, or how pleased are you with that 2023 season?
I think I could have won a lot more than I have. I probably should be doing a lot better on the floor, but it's taken a good game to beat me. I've lost so many games playing so well, being unlucky. I think I bumped into the informed Gezi in the Premier League a couple of times, averaging 115s, and you just get those, and it always seems to be against me. But yeah, you just forget about that. You switch on to the next one, and I'll be ready for whoever's thrown at me.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
One question. Do you feel you can achieve even more than last year here at the Worlds?
Yeah, without a doubt. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe. If I didn't believe that I could go on to win it, then there's no point turning up. I feel all my preparations went well. My game's in a whole different place now, and yeah, I'm more than confident that I can go on to lift the title. You just got to take each game as it comes, and I'm playing some good stuff, so there's no reason why I can't.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Chris, you're only 4 months older. He has a stylish shirt.
He looks a lot older than me, doesn't he?
Does that motivate you to want to get that style? You look at Michael, at the same age, contemporaries, and he has got the world title.
Yeah, he's been around for years though, Mike. He's so good. He's so talented. I think he's got more talent in his little finger than half the people out there, and he's just lazy. That's the top and bottom of it. As much as he'll stand and practice for hours and hours, he's just lazy, and he's got one of the best throws, and honestly, it annoys me how good he actually is.
Naturally gifted.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, his own machine perhaps doesn't put the hours in.
No, he puts the hours in, but it just looks like he couldn't be bothered, and everything falls for him. But hey, he's a world champion, world number 1, and if he can do that playing like he is, then it's unbelievable.
You mentioned the psychology. He has everything to lose, doesn't he? He's got the world title, world number 1, and you're going into that. I suppose you're something to
I'm going to be the underdog, obviously. There's no pressure on me. I'm there for one thing, and I want that title. I want to take that off him, and there's no better way to get that title than knocking the number 1 and the world champion out. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough battle, but I'm ready for that.
Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championships.